Alright, here we are in Photoshop. I'm going to get used to the interface. Of course, at the top here we have your standard menu items. So, File, Edit Image Layer Type, Select Filter 3D, so on and so forth. We'll be referencing those quite a bit. Off to the left-hand side here are all the tools that you can use in Photoshop. So, for instance, here is the Move tool. If I select it, then that would become the tool that I could use inside of a document to move things around. Over here I have got panels, so you can see here I have the color tab, and then I have the swatches tab inside of this panel. You'll notice that right now that the panel is actually expanded. If I come over here to these double arrows, I can collapse that panel. You can see that I actually have two rows of panels over here to the side. If I double click the arrow, or if I single click the arrow, the history panel comes up. Here the properties panel, I'll drop those back. I'm going to open up my second set of panels, and here I have a set of color tabs. You can have multiple tabs within a panel. Down here we have an adjustments layer tab and a styles tab and a layers tab. I know that probably doesn't mean a whole lot to you right now, but we'll talk about those in future videos. I'm going to go ahead and collapse that. What you have when you select the tool above here below your menu items is what you've got as the options for that tool. So every time I select a new tool, so for instance, let's click this rectangular selection tool, there are several options that pop up that will control how that tool will operate and have parameters that you can set for it. And we'll discuss those as we go over each individual tool in later videos. So once again, we got the tools over here. We've got your menu item up here. We have your tool options above here. We have your panels right here. A couple of other things that I'll mention that might get you out of some trouble is sometimes you can customize a lot of this type of stuff. So, for instance, if I can make the tools panel doubled up if I like, or if I grab that header, I can click it, hold it, I can drag it out, and I can make it float. Same thing with these panels is, I could take this panel and I could make it float somewhere. These sets of panels will float somewhere. I can even, get rid of tabs. For instance, I'm on the color tab here. I could pull down the menu and I could say, hey, I want to close that tab or that whole group of tabs, and it would disappear. And so, for instance, I could come here and I could close that tab group. I'm just going to close everything out, so that really all I have now here is probably that history and properties panels. I don't even like that properties panel, so I'm going to come over here and close that. I'm going to close that. I'm just going to close it all. So as you can see, I've closed everything out. I don't have anything here anymore. And well, what am I supposed to do? What if I wanted to select a new tool? How do I get those things back? Well, there's two ways that I can do that. One, I can come up to Window, and these are all the different panels and such that can actually be opened up again. So for instance, if I want to open up that adjustments panel again, I would simply click on that and it would open up. I could reattach it to the side over here. See if I can get it to pop. Oh, it really doesn't want to pop, so I'm going to do this. Close that tab group. And that leads me to the second, which is I can come over here to the Essentials. I can go to Reset Essentials, and basically everything's back. So you can get yourself in a little bit of trouble moving things around. Sometimes you move things by accident, and you want to reset your workspace. It won't affect the work that you're working on in the actual document, but it will get this stuff kind of back to ground zero. So enough on the interface. We'll discuss some more of the details of all these little interfaces in some future videos.